Have a good one. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Bears fans. The Chicago Bears ran all over the Arizona Cardinals today to a decisive 27-16 victory. The Bears ran for 250 yards and 2 scores on the ground after not being able to establish any sort of run game against the Browns. The offensive line and Justin Fields bounced back and had no problem getting it going today. Khalil Herbert had his best game of the year, scoring his first touchdown, getting 20 carries for 112 yards, and then Fields added another 97 yards and a touchdown on the ground himself. Justin wasn't perfect and threw an interception late in this one. He had Khalil Herbert in the corner of the end zone, but he let it hang a bit too long, and the corner made a great play on it. You can't do that in the fourth quarter. Fields has to clean that up, but he made some more unbelievable plays today, even without any receivers. Some of these plays he makes with his legs and extending plays in the pocket are just becoming a bit too routine for us, and I think a lot of people are taking those for granted. DJ Moore played, but he aggravated his ankle injury on the second play of the game. He finished with 3 catches for 18 yards. Cole Kmet picked up the slack and had 4 catches for 107 yards in the first half, but he hurt his knee and he did not play in the second half. I hope he's okay. That's when it became clear to me how bad this team needs more help at wide receiver. With DJ Moore banged up and Cole Kmet out of the game, nobody stepped up. We need more weapons on offense. Our other receivers had 5 total targets. They only had 2 catches for 5 yards. Darnell Mooney has been a non-factor, and I have serious questions about whether the Bears bring him back next year. And then Velus Jones and Tyler Scott have been invisible. Roschon Johnson led the team in catches in the second half, and I think it's just blatantly obvious, no matter how you feel about the quarterback position, that we need more talent at the wide receiver position, period. On the other side of the ball, this defense was awesome again for most of the game. Outside a couple of big plays, for some reason Matt Eberflus decided to drop Justin Jones into coverage again. Cardinals touchdown, but they held the Cardinals in check most of the game. They sacked Kyler Murray twice, but weren't able to force a turnover. Montez Sweat didn't get a sack, but he was in the backfield most of the day. Him and Gervon Dexter were chasing Kyler around on more than one occasion. Jalen Johnson has continued his solid play, and he needs to get his contract extended soon. I think he's here no matter what happens next season. Worst case scenario, he would get franchise tagged. He's the leader of this secondary, but the ascension of Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, and Tyreek Stevenson has been on full display out there. If we keep these guys together, we should have one of the best secondaries in the league going forward, regardless of what happens with Eddie Jackson. We have a ton of talent on the back end of that defense, and overall, this defense looks like if they can stay healthy, they should be a top 10 unit next year as well, especially if we get improvements from some of these rookies and add more talent in the offseason. Now it's about figuring out this offense and answering questions about the coaching staff and what we do at quarterback. To me, I think we need to continue building around Justin Fields, but I'm a Bears fan first. If we do move on from him and take Caleb Williams or another quarterback, I will support them. I've supported guys like Jonathan Quinn and Craig Krenzel in my lifetime, but I do acknowledge that we could move on from our quarterback this offseason. I just don't think it's the best move. We will find out soon. But regardless, we need to get better on offense overall. We need better play calling, and then Darnell Mooney, Deontay Foreman, ESB, and Robert Tonyan are all free agents this offseason. I also don't expect Cody Whitehair or Lucas Patrick to be back. And then the biggest thing of all, we need a center. We need to figure out if Braxton Jones is the answer at left tackle too, and what went wrong with Nate Davis this season, and then add more depth to the line. At wide receiver, I think we need at least 2 guys, whether that's in the draft or free agency. We need to add more playmakers to this offense. I think Poles needs to continue adding pieces to the offensive line. We still haven't found our 5 guys yet. We might have 3 of them at best. But there's only 2 games left to go this season. We play the Falcons and the Packers. The Panthers did lose today, even though they scored 30 points on the Packers defense. You gotta love that. But we still hold on to that number 1 pick, and we're getting closer to locking it up. Let's go Patriots. While I was recording this, the Patriots have scored 3 touchdowns. They're currently up 23-7 over the Broncos. That would really help us nail down the number 1 pick and almost certainly lock down a top 2 pick. Our own pick moved down from number 4 to number 8, so we currently still have 2 top 10 picks. Even if we win the next 2 games, we could still land the number 1 pick and have 2 top 10 picks. There's a lot to be excited for going forward. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I hope everyone enjoys this win and has a happy holiday season. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Y'all have a good one. Merry Christmas, everybody.